Alrighty, so out of the box, these things come with about 30 thousandths gap. You're gonna be gapping down to 23. So just plop this guy in the old gapper tool. The surface of it is just flat, so I figure it gives it a nice even push. 24 don't want to go in, but 23 will. So that's gonna do it. Got 5 done here, and then yeah, once you kind of get into the groove, you can kind of just get after it here. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Sweet. Fresh off the truck. Thanks, dude. All right. More parts. Super cool. My radiator that I got on Amazon a couple years ago has sprung a leak, folks. Right out of the fins, somewhere in there. Just a super small little squirt. But I caught it one day, and it solved my issue of why my coolant kept going a little low. I was kind of getting nervous, but yeah, we're gonna swap this out here probably tomorrow along with the spark plugs. We are back in action this morning. Gonna throw these plugs in. Woo! So we got from cylinders 5, 6, 7, and 8 out. They all look really uniform. Nothing too crazy on them. I'm going to check the gap on them, but I'm pretty sure they were closer to 30 thousandths. And we'll work on just getting cylinders 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of here. All right. So to gain access to this side, pretty much just had to loosen the V-band clamp here, get the down pipe kind of pulled out of the way. In order to move it like that, I did have to disconnect the exhaust down here, and then yeah, just disconnected the wideband sensor. It's just hanging over here, and we'll just zap these plugs out and throw them new ones in. Got all 8 of the old ones out here, and you know, they're looking good. None of them really have any carbon tracking or anything bad on the porcelain, and then the gaps on them I think are all between 26 and 27 thousandths. And then also just the look of the spark plug is uniform across all 8 of them. So overall, for my first set, after the turbo and the tuning and everything else here, they don't look like it's anything super bad inside there. So we're gonna toss these new 23s in and wrap this spark plug project up here. Got the exhaust all wrapped up, put back together. Pretty quick job, honestly. Even with the turbo headers, they provide you pretty good clearance. You're able to get to them. You just got to take the down pipe out, but it made it really quick. Not too bad. So now we have the spark plugs out of the way. We're going to move on to getting this radiator swapped out. Should be, honestly, a fairly simple job. Got a new SVE unit, and we're just going to take the fan off here. When I wired the fan in, I did just put a pigtail on it, and so it just unplugs here like factory, and then I just unplug my 2 relays down here, and then just I gotta clip these little zip ties here. I got some more ordered. They should be here soon, but nonetheless, we'll just pull this fan out of here once these zip ties are cut, and then the radiator is already drained. Got that over here. It's honestly still pretty clear, so I'm just gonna filter that and probably reuse it. I just put it in, so I don't want to have to, you know, keep buying distilled water and water wetter and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna reuse it, top off as needed, but otherwise, let's get this thing knocked out. So I've got a relay for each speed, and these pigtails just plug right onto the relay, and then you can wire it into your fan controller, all that good stuff here. But yeah, it's a nice little harness. Amazon unit. Honestly, it wasn't bad. It worked great. However, I have been battling like a slight coolant loss for a little bit, and the most recent time that it started to get hot on me, popped the hood once I got to the place where I was going. It was kind of, you know, right around 200 degrees, and I saw this tiny little stream coming out of the fins, like right in here somewhere, and you can see it's been kind of draining down the side of the tank here. Even on this side, you can see the lower radiator hose is kind of leaking a little bit too. So all around, kind of needed to address all this stuff. So either way, getting this new SVE radiator installed should do the trick. All right, yep. Here's these two units stacked up against each other. Tanks are very similar. I am going to have to notch this to be able to hold, or to be able to work with my stock radiator mounts up there, but either way, that's nothing big. I'll be able to make them precise and really get it tucked in. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good looking radiator. It just, yeah, it looks very, very similar, except for the fact that it does feel a little less flimsy. These ones, I can just bend this in pretty easy, whereas this stuff is a little more rigid, which is nice. Oh, and also one thing that is an upgrade is that the petcock down there is plastic on the Amazon one, and this is a nice metal one down there, so I'm excited for that. So after some test fitting, I am going to need to notch these little brackets a little bit. However, it's going to be really nice because once they're in their little notch, it isn't going to move at all. And we're going to have plenty of clearance on the water pump pulley and the intake pipe here. So looked good. Take a little sip and then get the Dremel out, and I'll make some marks here, cut these out real quick, and then the radiator will be mounted. We'll go ahead and hook up the coolant lines and start filling it back up with some water. And then I actually am expecting the radiator zip ties in the mail today. And so I gotta wait for those to come in before I can really hard mount it, but looks really sweet. Got the SVE with the On3 intercooler, so we're looking good. And yeah, we'll get all these projects knocked out, I think, in the same video. All right, so we're just gonna run that water through this fancy filter I got here, and we'll just fill up that jug and see how clean it comes out. That's a jug of fresh water wetter and distilled water. So we're gonna compare the two and see after, I don't know, a few hundred miles of coolant, let's see how clean it comes out. All right, nice and slow here. Oh, perfect. Oh boy, not perfect. Not perfect. All right, so this is fresh water wetter and distilled water, and then this is the same mixture, just after it's been, you know, heat cycled and whatnot. But yeah, not too bad. To get this all mounted into place here, we're going to need to make a couple cuts in this upper bracket here. And I marked them off. We're gonna cut right on the inside edge of the purple there. This little thing that sticks down is gonna slide into the slot and just kind of hold it in place. You can run, but you can't hide. Just like that, with a couple quick cuts, we got the bracket held into place. Very simple design, but it works. This thing is solid, doesn't move a muscle, and this is going to mate up here. We'll get those zip ties through the radiator, pull it in, but got tons of clearance. Nothing's hitting. We'll get the zip ties zipped in here, radiator hoses hooked back up, and then we'll go ahead and fill her back up with some water. Got the fan re-zip tied to the radiator. Got a perfect airtight fit. We got some foam tape on the fan so it seals to the radiator. Cooling system's pretty dialed in, I ain't gonna lie. So we'll slide this back in here, mount it all back up, plug the relays and the fan back in, and then yeah, we'll go ahead and mount everything into place and fill her up with water.
You can run, but you can't hide. You can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide.
All right, well, we got everything all plugged back in here. Make sure the petcock's tight, which honestly, it was a little loose down here, so got that tight. All the hoses are tight, all nice and full, and we'll start it up here and let it bleed some of this air out of here.
A few moments later.
More than confident. Feels like I got an exhaust leak over here. I gotta feel it coming out of the V9 clamp here, so I'll need to fix that. Got thermostat open. No more air bubbles. Give them a couple squeezes. But we're looking good. Fans are working. I think we did it. Letting the cooling system kind of just relax here. I usually leave it hooked up for about 10 minutes after I shut it off, just to allow any water to kind of get sucked back in the radiator if it needs to. However, it's gonna wrap it up for this weekend of projects. We got spark plugs replaced, and then we got the radiator that was leaking. We swapped that out with a new unit. So we're back in action here for the most part. Just got to fix that exhaust leak probably tomorrow. But yeah, no, overall, got a lot of stuff done. We'll just keep on moving. Make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay rippin'.